Well, hi guys, my name's Lawrence from the UK, and a couple of days ago I picked up my first smoker. It's actually a Pit Boss Pro, if I can just show you here, and I have to say, really looking forward to using this and trying it out. In fact, we have people around tonight, so I've done a little bit of preparation, but let me just talk about the Pit Boss Pro to start with. As I said, first smoker, and I decided to get something that was large enough to accommodate a number of people coming around for food, and easy to set up. Did it on by myself, and just to show you some of the workings here. I won't open the top at the moment, but I'll show you that in a minute. Obviously, racking all the way around, which is great. So for putting food on, even the top section here. Here is the pellets, where the pellets go in. Obviously the lid just opens up, and I've just got some sort of general sort of modest sort of purpose sort of wood pellets there. And down at the bottom here you can see all the control system. Now you can set this obviously using this control system here, but what I would say is probably go and have a look at the app. And you can see here this Smoke It app. You can put it on your mobile phone, and it makes life really easy in terms of controlling the temperature of your grill, your pellet smoker, but also the temperatures of the probes. And you've got a selection, I think, of 4 probes that you can use. I've actually got 2 in there at the moment, one into chicken breast or chicken, whole chicken, and the other one into beef. So yeah, use the app. It really works well. So what I did overnight, because I'm cooking a selection of meats on the system, on this Pit Boss. First was basically a beef, and I dry brined that, and I dry brined all the food. And the reason for dry brining is I just don't have the room in the fridge. I know we've got a double fridge, but once you start stacking that out with beer and stuff like that, ready for the party, you just don't have a lot of room in there. So dry brining, made sense to me. So I dry brined the beef overnight, so I sprinkled salt on that, and then I put some rub on. And actually this is the rub that I used. I just picked this up. I got these in the other day on Amazon, and it's Salvdva, and it's called Holy Cow. So got a selection of different rubs for chicken, for pork or ribs, and also for the beef. So I'm going to try that out. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fantastic. It smells great, I have to say. So as I said, first time doing this, never done smoking before, so it's going to be a bit of a journey for me, and hopefully the guys tonight, when they come round, they'll enjoy the food, and it'll be spectacular. Of course, I have my old-fashioned barbecue there, and of course I'm still going to use that, but let's see, anyway, we'll see. So the ribs, and coming back to brining, with the ribs, I dry brine that with salt and brown sugar, equal measurements, but only for a couple of hours, didn't overdo it. And then for the fish I did exactly the same, but only about 30 minutes. Okay, so that's great. So let me just show you inside what I've done. I don't want to keep it open too much, but so here I've got the beef. If you can see, that's there. It's got the probe in, the chicken, and then the ribs on the other side. I'll put those back down. The temperature I'm actually running at, I've gone down a few degrees, and this is Celsius. We're in the UK, so this is Celsius. I'm currently at about 110. It was set for about 117, but I brought it down because I think I put the meat on a little bit too early. So I'm just trying to slow it down. Whether that's the right thing to do or not, I'm not too sure. But I have the option, obviously, of cranking that up a little bit later on. With the chicken as well. Once that's done, and I'm cooking that for about 3.5 hours, once that's done, I'll probably put that onto the general barbecue at a really high temperature just to crisp the skin up. Because some of the reports I'm seeing on the internet, etc., is that it can leave a rubbery skin. So I want to try and avoid that, and I want to try and crisp it up. But obviously I don't want to dry my meat out. So all good at the moment. Later on, about 2 hours before we're ready to serve, a little bit longer, I'll put my sausages on, which I've got, and also the fish that I'll put on and smoke for those for 2 hours. Also with the ribs, I'll be spraying them occasionally with a mist and I've got some apple juice and some cider vinegar that I've mixed up, sort of equal quantities. Do that. I'll also do the beef, and I've mixed up some of that beef rub, which I just showed you, in a little bit of water, and I'll just so the flavors come out of the seasoning, and I'm just going to dab that on the beef every hour or so, just to make sure that that keeps it moist. So I'll come back to you a little bit later on, but really excited about the Pit Boss. Again, never had one before, never used one before. I apologize to all those seasoned smokers out there if I'm doing something wrong, but you know, again, this is a journey. You live and learn by your own mistakes. But you know, by the time the guys come around, I'm sure everything will be cooked to perfection, and it's going to be tasting great. So I'll come back, see you shortly. Hi guys, Lawrence from the UK again. Just thought I'd give a little bit more info on the brining, and for those who haven't brined before, and again, I'm new to this. It's from reading stuff on the internet. It's something that I should have done a long time ago. You know, it retains that moisture in the meat that you're cooking, and it's so much better. So the reason dry brining is basically, from my perspective, it's easier for me than wet brining, because I just don't have the room. You have to soak your meat for a certain period of time, and that has to be soaked obviously in a bucket or a container and in the refrigerator. Obviously you can't leave meat outside to warm up. So with my dry brining process, as I mentioned earlier, it's basically salt. That's what you're putting on, but you can add things to that to enhance the flavour. And what happens is that salt obviously penetrates into the meat. It breaks down the fibre, the protein, I think protein fibre, from my understanding. And then as the water is drawn out of the meat, over a period of time, and it's actually then drawn back into the meat, and it draws in those flavours of the other herbs or spices, etc., that you've put in. And look online. I mean, again, I'm no expert. I'm doing this for the first time. But by all accounts, it's going to make a massive difference to the tenderness and the juiciness of the meat that you're cooking. So try it out, and yeah, good luck with that. Okay, I'm about an hour in, and just looking at the gauges here. As you can probably see, I'm actually set at 110, and I've got the two probes, one for the beef and one for the chicken, and I'm of course showing the same temperature at the moment, so it's 34 degrees Celsius. Now I've got the probes have been set to the actual temperature that I want the meat cooked at. And I'll come on to that a little bit later on. So let's have a quick look in the Pit Boss Pro Series smoker, and have a look. You probably can't see a lot of change there. I'll probably dab my dab my pork ribs in a minute, or spray them with the that mist, the apple juice and cider vinegar, which I mentioned earlier, which is 1 part equal parts, and I'll do that every hour. And again, these are tips that I've been picking up on the internet. I've done quite a lot of research just to get this right, or try and get this right. So yeah, so the temperature is increasing. Long way to go. That's the whole purpose of slow smoking. But yeah, really looking forward to this. See you later. Oh hi, it's Lawrence from UK again. Right, we're about two hours in of the cooking process on the Pit Boss, and I've just taken, I don't know if you can see this, I've just taken the rib out, the one rack of the ribs. I've got some apple juice, so it's about 4 layers of tin foil apple juice in the bottom. I'm going to wrap that up, and I'm going to put that back on for about 2 hours. I've left the other one on its own. I'm just going to see how that comes out. So that's got all the seasoning on, but I'm not going to cook it in the apple juice. I got this tip online, by the way, and so we'll just see how that turns out and what the difference will be when we take it to the table. So come back to you shortly. Hi, Lawrence UK again. Just giving you an update. We're about now 3 hours into to the cooking, or the smoking, should I say, on the Pit Boss Pro Series. I've just put the sausages in, so I've got another couple of hours to run. Sausage have gone in. Also got some squash in there, which drizzled with olive oil and seasoning, and also actually a bit of lamb that I never told you about. I seasoned that, I brined it overnight with salt and a garlic type paste and cracked black pepper. That's going to turn out really well. I'm going to do that for a couple of hours, see how it turns out. And what else do I have? The fish. The fish has gone in as well. So just to show you, show you. So hopefully you can see all that. I'll close it up. Just with regard to temperatures as well, it's cooking a little bit quicker than I anticipated, and in terms of the internal temperature of the meat, which is I've programmed, as I mentioned earlier, I've programmed onto the app, and so the app is showing me exactly what the internal temperature is, and so, but you can probably just see here we're up to 58 on the beef. I think we're going to go to about 67 on that Celsius again, and then we're at 66 already on the chicken, and I think that's going to 70, 75, 72, 75. So yeah, so a little bit quicker than I expected. But hey, as I said, this is a learning curve, and I'll just wrap it in tin foil, keep it nice and warm. Hopefully it won't dry out too much, and go from there. Okay, see you in the next couple of hours. Oh, hi guys, Lawrence from UK again. Just thought it's the next day, next morning. Well, actually it's in the afternoon now, but just thought I'd give you an update on how things went last night. And I have to say, yeah, everyone thoroughly enjoyed the food. Great night. I've got a little bit of a sore head this morning, a little bit too much white wine, but hey, that's life. Got to enjoy yourself. End of the day. But I just thought I'd run through a few things that that I sort of took note of. I've written some notes down. I just wanted to really update you, but also to help me learn this process of smoking, etc. as I progress. So the first thing is, when you're putting this together, Pit Boss or any smoker or any barbecue, etc., read the instructions. Don't be a fool like me and put the legs on the wrong way round. Well, not the wrong way round, but on the wrong end. Finding out that after I put them all on, that there's actually the wheels that go on, and they have to go on a certain end, and of course the legs were on the wrong way round. So that took an extra hour out of my life, which I didn't really need. Another thing as well, I got a tip online to put tin foil over the actual casing section internally. This just stops obviously all the oil and the fat, etc., dripping down onto the internal sort of casing that it has. I don't know if Pit Boss or any other company actually have profiled sort of tin foil system that they sell, and I think that could be a lot easier. At least you can just take it out and dispose of it, or or clean it off if you wanted to. Just saves getting all the oil, etc., onto the actual mechanism itself. The grate system internally, I'm probably not too sure if I had that set at an optimum setting. Probably not. Still need to work on that a little bit. I mean, obviously if you open it up, you get more heat through and more smoke through, temperature goes up. Yeah, so I needed to sort of play around with that and understand a little bit more about how that affects food and etc. But coming on to the meat, I actually did a video last night when everybody arrived on the meat itself. I don't know if I can get it into this video, but unfortunately it didn't come out in landscape form. It came out in portrait form for whatever reason. So so basically I've had some today for lunch, and just thought I'd run through the food that I cooked. I don't know if you can see that there, but firstly the beef. As I said, that was dry brined overnight with kosher salt and sprinkling of the rub, which I mentioned to you earlier. So tender, absolutely so tender, and so full of flavour, just quite remarkable. And I don't know, it's a medium rare, sorry, medium should I say. And again, it just melts in your mouth. The chicken. Again, dry brining, way to go. I've never done this before. I will do it on every single poultry that I cook in the future, and I've been telling friends about this morning, and they've never done it, and I'm sure they'll do it from this point on. But again, the flavour of this was just phenomenal and very moist, and that was the secret with brining. and the smokiness, obviously from the Pit Boss, you know, had a real impact. The lamb, I don't know if you can see that, but the lamb, again marinated in the kosher salt and the garlic paste, and also cracked black pepper. Texture on that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's again so full of flavour, so full of the smokiness that you get from the Pit Boss. The ribs. Now the ribs. I have to say, I was expecting the meat to fall off the bone a little bit easier. And maybe that's because I need to cook it longer. I mean, I cooked them for 4 hours. Saying that though, the taste and again the texture was spot on. I actually love them. So I'm not, you know, whether I have to have them fall off the bone, I don't know. But maybe somebody can give me some advice on that. You know, to get meat to fall off the bone, how long do I cook it for? What do I have to do? And then the sausage, or the sausages. Again, so I'm just going to put this lid on because I've got a wasp around me. The sausages came out fantastic. Again, full of smoky flavour. Incidentally, I had them a little bit too close to the opening where the flame comes through and the smoke comes through. They're on the top grill, so I had to sort of move them across. So just take that into account. Move your food away from that central area if you don't want it to cook really quickly. Obviously, if you want it to cook faster, bring it into the centre. It's, you know, it's entirely up to you. The fish I don't have in here because that was all eaten last night. But the fish, the flakes just came away and probably had more of the smokiness inside it because obviously I suppose it penetrates a lot easier. But again, the fish was brined only for half an hour, and that was in the kosher salt and sugar, equal parts. But yeah, it's I have to say, first time smoking. Definitely do it again. I've got my other barbecue just across there, my normal barbecue. Yeah, not too sure what I'm going to do with that now because this thing here can do everything. But maybe I'll donate it to one of my daughters. But I may just keep it just in case I need a little bit extra cooking options. You know, especially when we have more people come around. So we'll wait and see on that one. But Pit Boss, thank you. To me, it's been a well worth purchase, and this will continue serving me for a long time to come. And yeah, and you know, smoking, yeah, where to go? So thanks everyone. Hope you've got something out of this. I certainly have. You know, it's again, as I said, it's been a journey, but I've learned so much, and thanks to everyone online who's posted their videos, which enables people like me to go on there and learn pretty quickly about what to do. So anyway, Lawrence from UK signing off. Talk to you soon, and maybe I'll do another video shortly with a catch up on the smoke. Bye. Lawrence from the UK checking back in again. Got my friends all here. Let's have a look.
Yeah, you need to get some.
Do we have your permission to? So anyway, this is how it turned out after the Pit Boss Pro Smoker. I don't know if you can see, but we have the chicken, we have the beef, we have the lamb, and we have the ribs. Two different types of ribs. Sausages, I think, have come out quite nice. You can see those. And then we have the fish. We have the squash, and a bit more fish. So I think it's going to go down really well. Hope you liked it. And yeah, thanks very much. Bye.